I started this question with like just an example. I just thought I'd try some values, see what happens. So we know that AB is equal to 1. So this is going to be A and this is going to be B. And then this angle, well, is angle A, but sine A is X, and this is angle B. And we know that X is, well, they're both between 0 and 1, but X is less than Y. This between 0 and 1 makes sense because we're going to be looking at this part of the sine curve. We'll just do that one more time. So could be acute or obtuse, but not beyond. And we have to have y bigger. So let's just go for it. Let's just go with like some nice values. What about x equals a half and y equals root 3 over 2? Those are some exact trig values. Then a would equal 30, because sine 30 is a half, or 150, because you get this symmetry on the sine curve, 180 minus your angle. And then b would equal 60. I've made sure it's bigger, or 120. So I could create a triangle with a 30 and a 60. I'd get a right angle up here, but that's not a problem. Or I could go with 30 and 120, but I couldn't go with 60 and 150 because that goes beyond 180. And yes, I couldn't go with the obtuse either. So in this scenario, I would be able to create exactly two different triangles. So this one is definitely true. Now, how would I get exactly one triangle? So because A and B, I'm always going to get an acute angle first as my first solution on the sine graph. I'm always going to get at least one. But here's the thing, when I pick A, say as, I don't know, some value now, not necessarily 30. Now, because B is bigger, that means 180 minus B will be smaller than the 180 minus A. And so I am always going to be able to match the acute angles and the acute angle from A with the acute angle from B. Sorry, the obtuse angle from B. Hopefully you're convinced by that. I just want to say that again. You know, the 100, like this one here will always be bigger than this because remember these two add to 180 and so do these two. So if I make my B angle bigger, which I will because the sine is bigger, then that means this angle will be smaller than this angle. So it is not going to be possible to create just one triangle. And how about getting three? So now I know I will always get two. Okay, what about the others? Well, I'm never going to be able to create a triangle from the two obtuse angles. I'd go beyond 180. So the question is just whether I can go with these two. But the argument is along the same lines now. That 150 is going to be more than whatever was here. And it's that plus that that equals 180. So there's no way that I can ever use these two to create a triangle. And therefore 3 is impossible as well. And 2 is the only option, C.